Good morning, I'm Charlotte McBride, and you're watching PA Harness Week. One of the most historic races in the sport of harness racing stepped off this past week, with the Fast and the Furious all racing towards the finish, hoping to claim that top prize. We'll have the details on that race and much more coming up in this next half hour. Take a look. The Hamiltonian was contested at the Meadowlands. We'll tell you all about it coming up. Plus, market share looks to stay undefeated. Driver Tim Teacher goes crazy last Friday at Harrah's. And last but certainly not least, we'll catch up with Hall of Fame driver John Campbell about a fantastic finish. The hottest horsecasters on TV are bringing you racing's fastest paced half hour. It all starts right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
Oh my God! Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside here, Brett Messenger to the early. 55 and 4 the halftime. Just over 3 to go. At the top of the stretch.
Well, hello there, Kim Basabi, and welcome to PA Harness Week. Big doings going on this week. But then again, that's not unusual, because if you tune in every week, you know there's big doings going on here. Right, Heather? Vitale?
That's correct.
Okay, cool.
Can I talk about the big doings coming up on August 17th at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs?
Do tell, do tell.
I'm starting to get excited already at the top of the show. You've got my hands flying. Okay, it is Super Stakes Saturday.
SSS.
Valley Forge, 3-year-old pacing fillies, okay? Ben Franklin, the 3-year-old pacing colts. Captain Treacherous is supposed to be there. And, of course, the Colonial, 3-year-old trotting colts. And the Hamiltonian winner is supposed to be in the Colonial.
What has the captain been doing? I mean, you can watch him 24/7 online. Has he been doing anything while he's not been racing? Exciting to report on, or no?
Just training and eating carrots and drinking Dasani water.
Okay.
And enjoying his gigantic castle of a stall. And just having fans come visit him.
Well, very nice. Okay. Got to tell you this. On Saturday, a fan of the show came up to me, and he talked about how he watches the show every week. And I said, oh, you're the one. And anyway, let me tell you something. He says to me, I got to tell you, man, my sister loves you. I said, does she have a problem? He said, my sister loves you. I said, well, what is her name? Her name is Wendy, and she lives in Trenton. So, Wendy, mwah, as Donnie sure used to do. You don't know her, but anyway, it's another story, okay? All right. The Meadowlands had a spectacular meet. Attendance was up. Handle was up. They're building a new $100 million grandstand. This was the final day of racing on that grandstand. And I got to tell you, the guys over at the Meadowlands, Jeff Corral, Jason Settlemore, Darren Zacali, if I was wearing a hat, guys, I would take it off to you. Good job. And you know what? When the Meadowlands does well, when one track does well, we all do well, because we're all in this love together. Yeah. And speaking of the Meadowlands, okay, Hamiltonian took place when? On Saturday, of course, amongst another array of great races. And let's go to the limbs. First up, race number 7, and Heather's got that for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm really feeling the love today in the building, aren't you? Yes, the eliminations go for $70,000 each. 2 main contenders in this elim. Number 2, Smiling Eli with Tim Teatrick. He was a driver of last year's Hamiltonian winner. And then there's number 8, Royalty for Life with driver Brian Sears. Royalty for Life was the favorite and performed like a king, going from wire to wire in 1:52, doing it without an anxious moment. Smiling Eli was second, Highbridge was third, and he also advanced to the final.
Okay, in the next race, number 8, the second Hamiltonian limb, number 1, Wheelin' and Dealin'. Last year's 2-year-old champion trotter was 8-5 with Sylvain Filion, but could only manage to be second best as number 8, Creatine, off at 5-1 with Michael Chance, blew to the lead and wired the field, winning for fun, as they say, in 1:54-2. Number 2, a perfect Yankee 92 shot with Jim Oscarson was third, and now Heather's got race 9.
Okay, now the third elimination. And here, number 5, it's Quirky with driver David Miller. They won the Earl Beale Memorial this year, remember? And they were my choice to win the 2013 Hamiltonian. And they were second choice to the bettors in this elim, while number 6, Spider Blue Chip, was the favorite with Ron Pearson. They did not let their supporters down. They cut the mile in 1:53-4. Corky was second, and Lauderdale picked up the show spot and ticket to the final.
Okay, this sets us up for the big $1 million Hambletonian final. Who was in this race? The top 3 finishers in each limb, plus the one who won the most money, who finished 4th, okay? Big field of 10, here it goes. Ready? Okay, number 1, Royalty for Life, who won the first limb with Brian Sears, was the 4-5 chalk. Number 2, Spider Blue Chip, 7-2 with Ron Pierce. Number 4, Creatine with Mike LaChance was 6-1. And with a call, Ken Workington.
The Roffs, Smiling Eli blasting from the outside. Creatine, Royalty for Life, the favorite, leaves sharply from the inside. Spider Blue Chip right there on the inside with Corky getting away in 5th around the first turn. High Bridge to the outside 6th. Then it's Don't You Forget It, who settles in on the rail, followed by a Perfect Yankee, and Lauderdale and Wheeling and Dealin' is far back the trailer as they race past the opening quarter. Royalty for Life and Brian Sears sets up shop on top here in 26-2. He paid the price there with a snappy opening fraction. Down the backstretch in the Hambletonian, it's Royalty for Life and Smilin' Eli. Tim Tetrick left, and he gets a pocket ride to pay off here. Spider Blue Chip is 3rd now. Creatine on the outside lurking. He's 4th on the outside and fishing for some sort of cover. Corky 5th on the inside near the half. And then it's High Bridge. High Bridge looking to edge to the outside, and Don't You Forget It is next. And then it's a Perfect Yankee with a Wheelin' and Dealin' to the outside, and Lauderdale the trailer. The half was 55 seconds, rated half mile there by Sears. Royalty for Life coming after him now. Spider Blue Chip, Royalty for Life, Spider Blue Chip, and Pierce pouring it on there, applying some pressure. Smilin' Eli will need some room. He's locked in the box right now, 3rd, heading to 3/4. And Creatine getting closer, 4th on the outside. Corky is back to 5th on the rail, and he's gapping some. As a Perfect Yankee is just 5.5 from the lead here. Looking for room is High Bridge in between horses as they turn for home. 3/4, 1:23 and 3 in the stretch of the Hambletonian final for $1 million. Royalty for Life getting away now. He is accelerating with Brian Sears. Royalty for Life. Sears asking, and he's responding. And he leaves Spider Blue Chip in his wake along with Smilin' Eli and Corky on the rail. Royalty is king of the Hambletonian.
Well, Royalty for Life turns out to be well named because he will now be Royalty for Life. He went to the front and he beat this group of fine trotters like, well, red-headed stepchildren, and he won it easy by open lengths. It was like a piece of cake. Smilin' Eli got 2nd. It was a cattle charge to the end, and Corky got 3rd. But the story of this race clearly was Royalty for Life was clearly the best and the winner of the Hambletonian.
Brian Sears' 2nd Hambletonian, by the way. George Ducharme, the trainer, this is the first time he had a horse in the Hambletonian, and he wins it. Wins his debut Hambo. Unbelievable.
And it was just like I felt when I had my first horse in the Hambo, and I won the Hambo at first time. But I don't want to go into that, okay. All right, more stuff coming up later from the Meadowlands, including the Hambletonian Oaks, the female counterpart to the Hambletonian. Stick around with us. We'll talk about Timmy Tetrick, who didn't win the Hambo, but he had a hell of a day the day before at Harris Philly, and we'll take a look at that. And we'll also go up to the Poconos with the Stallion Series. So where are you going? No place, we hope.
The lead has now changed hands as Moonlit Shark takes it away.
Tonight it's race night. $2 million, 3 championship finals. The road to Breeders' Crown continues on Super Stakes Saturday, August 17th at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Race night is your time to shine.
Hello out there in harness racing land. Along with Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross. We told you about Tim Tetrick had a big day on Friday here at Harris Philly. I mean, we're talking about monumental, epic, classic. Man wins 8 races, 6 in a row. What's up with that guy? I don't know.
Yeah, Timmy absolutely on fire on that Friday. You know, he did not win the first race, though. Oh, that's right. He wasn't in the first race. But you're right. He did win 6 in a row. And luckily, my mom, she was the trainer and the owner for one of those horses that he won with. And then comes back, wins 2 later in the card. Just an unbelievable day for Tim. Timmy, a great driver, and I got to talk to Timmy about that great day and also about something really special that happened at the Meadowlands on Hambo Day. Timmy, I've heard you say that you don't want to win every race, just the ones you're in. That's right. Fantastic quote. Now, when you leave Harris, Philadelphia on a day like that, you have 8 wins. Do you have permanent smile on your face walking out the door?
Well, it definitely makes the ride home a lot easier, and it's it's always good to win a lot of races in a single day.
Let's talk about Hambletonian Day. You had won the very first race of the card with I Love the Nightlife, and there was a photographer there, Kirsty Bertolini, and she got this incredible picture of you going up to a little boy in colors and picking him up, and you actually took him to the winner's circle. Is there a backstory to this? Did you know the little boy?
I met him last year. He was a big Tim Tetrick fan. His family told me that, and they actually contacted me and told me how big a fan he is. He's 4 years old, I think, last year, and he was every morning he would watch the day in the life of Tim Tetrick. Every morning, get on the computer by himself and watch it every day. So it was cool, and I seen him there, and I just grabbed him and picked him up, take him to the winner's circle. He was happy to go. He wanted to go, and it was cool.
Yeah, it's amazing when you look at the picture, and it's actually pretty much gone viral now on the internet. It's fabulous, and now we've got a fan for life. Thank you, Timmy, so much.
Happy to do it.
Thank you, Timmy. Okay, a couple days later on that Sunday, would it be Tim Tetrick Day again? Not quite, but he had a pretty good day. We're going to take you to the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes race for 2-year-old pacing colts. First, just shy of $70,000. Number 6 is Jack Attack. Even money favorite, and yes, has those magical gold and green colors of Tim Tetrick in the sulky. Oh. Number 2, Sometimes Said, starts for the Jim Campbell stable. And then number 4 is At Press Time. Has hit the board in all 3 lifetime starts, including a really speedy 153 and 4 win.
Jack Attack's a length and a half in front. At Press Time took second narrowly from Sometimes Said, but is flattening as the pace quickens a bit. He's got it was second over behind Stale Cover, now moving 3 wide to try to make up 3 lengths in the last 3/16. Work and Play Hard's mired in traffic, a length and a half out wide, some size, some style. A joint last with A+ Hanover, they're 6 off the lead. 3/4 in 125 flat, and the field turns for home. Jack Attack's called upon for everything he's got. Here's Sometimes Said giving chase in the final 70. Jack Attack digging in.
Jack Attack with Timmy T in the bike sets off every teletimer, crossing the wire in a Pace-alicious, a 152 and 4 victory. Okay, remember, this is a 2-year-old, people, 2-year-old pacer. And this is not even his career best. Okay, this horse has even gone faster, and he's just a freshman.
Did
Unbelievable.
You say Pace-alicious?
I did. Sometimes when we talk about trotters, I like to say trot-tabulous.
Got it.
Anyway.
Okay.
So Sometimes Said was second. Work and Play Hard was third.
Alrighty, folks, let's head up to the northeast extension of Pocono Pike and check out Tuesday's second race. It was one of a bunch of Stallion Series races, $20,000 on the line. And here was the first, number 8, Moonlit Shark with Dave Miller was the 4-5 chalk. Number 5, Dragontown was 3-1 with Ron Pierce. Number 3, Feeling Good, which is the best way to feel, with Matt Kikali with 7-2, and with the call, Jim Baviglia.
The lead has now changed hands as Moonlit Shark takes it away from Feeling Real. She's got pressure now from Dragontown coming up on the outside. Late closing all-star player and Sunlight Dancer. Top of the stretch, it's Moonlit Shark with the lead. Dragontown going to take her chances on the inside and is gaining here. Dragontown taking on Moonlit Shark, and she's going to sweep right on by.
Dragontown left grabbed the lead on a 27 flat quarter until Feeling Real was feeling real good, rolled up and took command. Moonlit Shark came first up, grabbed the lead in the lane, but Dragontown swept by, winning at a length in 154 and 4. Moonlit Shark was a beaten chalk, who was second. Number 1, Shut the Front Door, off at 6-1 with Fern Paquette Jr. What a great name. Got third. Okay. Our Kelly Connors caught up with a driver who made his bones up in Canada, but has now come down here to make a new name for himself in the States. His name, Jonathan Drury.
Thanks, Heather and Steve. We're here with driver Jonathan Drury, who came to us by way of Canada. Jonathan, talk to us about how you got your start up there and what led to the move south.
I started up there with helping my parents out on days that I wasn't in school, and it just progressed from there. I worked for Anthony McDonald for a bit when he had a big stable. I worked for Anthony Montini, and I spent the last summer or 2 working for Casey Coleman.
Nice. I can imagine you got a lot of experience there. When did you know that this sport was for you and you wanted to make a career out of it?
I've enjoyed it all along, and when I got the chance to start driving, I started to enjoy it more, and it's kind of kept going.
Nice. So 2012 was your most successful year yet. What led to you this past season making the move to Pennsylvania?
Well, I was driving lots back home, and Carmen Osiello decided to bring some horses down here who I drive lots for up there, and he gave me the chance to drive them, and it's kind of stayed here so far.
I understand that fans can catch up with you online. You're pretty active on Twitter, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, Twitter's great for people to interact with people in racing. You know, a lot of the drivers post stuff on there and about their drives, and it's a great thing for people to follow.
Nice. What's your handle in case viewers at home want to follow?
It's J Drury Racing.
Nice. Well, you can actually post this interview up on your page. So if people go to HarnessWeek.com, you find Jonathan's interview after today, and you can put it up on Twitter.
Okay, will do.
Well, good luck this season, and we'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Kelly, and best of luck in your endeavors here in the States, Jonathan Drury. Stick around with us when we come back. We're going to have more big races from the Big M on Saturday. We're talking the Hambletonian Oaks and the It horse, the It factor at the moment. Market share will be in action. He'll take on the best trotters in the land. How will he do? You won't know until you come back with us.
Market share. The favorite got away in the 6th spot.
Tonight, it's race night. $2 million, 3 championship finals. The road to Breeders' Crown continues on Super Stakes Saturday, August 17th at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Race night is your time to shine.
Hello there, you. Welcome back to PA Harness Week. This lovely creature to my left is Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross. You know who you are. And as promised, a big race in the Meadowlands on Saturday, the Hambletonian Oaks.
That's right.
And with that, here's Heather.
Speaking of lovely creatures, yes, we have the fillies here, the 3-year-old trotting fillies. Number 2 is Be a Magician, the 1-5 favorite here. Undefeated so far this year, and now she's so good that her connections actually dabbled in the idea of maybe putting her up against the boys, but they decided to stick with the fillies and the Oaks. Now, the next closest on the odds board is an 8-1 shot. That's number 4, Mystery Woman. The rest are bombers.
Speed has been king today. Here comes 2 Dream On, who presses on, and Be a Magician is out and on the move on the outside, 3rd and gaining. Classic Martine soon to be 3rd on the inside. Coffee Cake Hanover, left alertly, is back to 4th now. They head to the half mile, and Mystery Woman gets underway with Proud Blooker tracking her. And then it's Fashion Athena towards the inside, and Time to Kill at the back of the pack with Handover Bell, and way back Ma Cher Hall, and Be a Magician swings over to the cones, has seized command with Brian Sears in 54 and 1/5. They race to the far turn, 3/8 out now, and it's Be a Magician. The heavy favorite worked a long way to clear the lead. 2 Dream On back in her 2nd spot. Classic Martine is now pinned in and stalled outside. Mystery Woman 4th on the outside. Off stride goes Frau Blooker just behind her. Time to Kill to the outside. Then Handover Bell, and they turn for home. Classic Martine swings to the outside for a late bid here. 1:22 and 3 in the stretch, but it's Be a Magician who tries to scoot away by 2.5, 3. Be a Magician, the one to reel in. Classic Martine rallies up into 2nd. Then it's 2 Dream On 3rd. Be a Magician home free with Brian Sears. Be a Magician keeps her winning streak alive.
Classic Martine was first to the front in 26 and 4 as they trotted up the backstretch. To Dream On took over the lead, but not for long, because Be a Magician, she wants the front, makes her move, and pretty much by the time they get to the half, she just floats like a butterfly,
Stings like a bee.
A Magician. She wins in 1:51 and 4, destroying the stakes record, by the way. And in the sulky was Brian Sears, and he becomes the first driver ever to win the Hambo Oaks and the Hambletonian twice. Now he's done it twice, so congratulations to Brian Sears.
Is he happy?
I think so. He had 7 drives that day and won 4 of them. pretty good, and a third. Classic Martine was second to Dream On was third.
Okay, you think all the big races are done? They are not, folks, okay? The $318,000 John Cashman Jr. Memorial Free-for-All Trot, featuring the it horse of the moment, number 9 Market Share, has been literally dominating this year. He was 1-2 with Tim Tetrick from the 9 hole, okay? Number 5, Uncle Peter, with Dave Miller, was the 4-1 second betting choice. He has been racing super. He's the horse that was raced the fastest ever on a 5/8 mile track, so he's coming in this race in super form. Number 6, Mr. Herbie makes the trip down from Canada with Jody Jamieson in the sulky. He went off at 8-1, and with a call, Ken Workington.
3 wide now is Uncle Peter. Uncle Peter, Zavruga presses on. Arch Madness going to settle in third in front of Lucky Charm Hanover fourth, and Mr. Herbie gets away in fifth as they pass the opening quarter. Market Share, the favorite, got away in the 6th spot. Then it's Southwind Pepino. 3 wide at the back is Hot Shot Blue Chip. Then it's Guccio and Wishing Stone. 27 flat for the opening marker. As expected, it's Zavruga with his speed. The points leader in the TVG Free-for-All Series leads it by a length and a half with Andy Miller in full control. Uncle Peter, a 2-hole trip here. Arch Madness is third. Lucky Charm Hanover fourth. And starting up uncovered is Market Share, doing some hard work here, towing Southwind Pepino into it. Then it's Mr. Herbie on the rails. Still 3 wide at the back is Hot Shot Blue Chip. Then it's Guccio in between them and Wishing Stone. The half 54-1, 27-1. Zavruga with the speed. It's Zavruga. Uncle Peter, a perfect trip so far. Market Share to the outside. Uncle Peter is deuce popping here. He's pulling the 2-hole and coming after Zavruga. With Market Share third on the outside now. Arch Madness gapped the pocket in fourth. Southwind Pepino 4 lengths from the lead in fifth. Lucky Charm Hanover on the inside sixth. Hot Shot Blue Chip off stride. And affected there as they turned for home was Guccio. 3/4, 122-2. They're on their way home, and it's Zavruga. Perfect trip so far for Uncle Peter, trying to pay off. Zavruga all out, but holding off. Uncle Peter, who had a perfect trip. Market Share is all out on the outside. Mr. Herbie is towering up late on the outside, but Zavruga is home free.
Shocker alert! Shocker alert! Shocker alert! Tim Tetrick works out an amazing second over trip with Market Share, came out of the 9 hole. He did his job. He did everything possible. He got a trip behind Uncle Peter, who came up first over, and things were just going peachy keen. And then he turned to spaghetti in the lane. It was like, what? What happened here? Meanwhile, Zavruga, number 7 on the front end, who's got great legitimate speed, cut the mile, wired the field, won it by a couple lengths in 1:50-4. Mr. Herbie closed well for second. Uncle Peter was a game third. Market Share was off the board. Hello? So we don't know what went on, but we do know one thing. Andy Miller was a very happy camper because he drove the winner, Zavruga, and we caught up with Andy to get his thoughts on winning the Cashman.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with driver Andy Miller. Andy, a huge weekend for you and Zavruga. Walk us through that race. What happened? What was going on in your mind?
You know, he's always better when he's up close and going big fractions. So I was on the gate and just pushed forward off the gate, and you know, we went really big fractions. He got to the half 54-1, and when they started coming around the last turn, his ears went up and he took off and was just strong to the wire.
And beating a horse like Market Share, giving Market Share its first loss, did you expect that to happen?
You know, not really. Market Share is a very good horse, and you know, but I thought if I could go big fractions and make him work a little to get to me, you know, that we'd see what had happened from there.
How exciting overall is it for you and your wife to get that win?
Absolutely, it's very exciting. You know, we win the same race with Lucky Jim a few years back, so you know, to come back with another horse and win it again, it's pretty exciting.
All right, thanks so much. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Charla. And Andy, congratulations on the big win. Stick around when we come back. We are not finished. Did you think we were done? No way, Jose. We're coming back with the U.S. Pacing Championship Final. Did he say that? He did. Don't go away.
You're thinking out loud, and Campbell looks for the upset.
Tonight, it's race night. $2 million, 3 championship finals. The road to Breeders' Crown continues on Super Stakes Saturday, August 17th at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Race night is your time to shine.
Harness Racing fans, welcome back. It's PA Harness Week, and Heather has the $218,000 U.S. Pacing Championship final. Talk about every big league free-for-all pacer in life was in this field.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about all of them. Well, I'm going to pick 3, okay? So number 3 is Warri Needy. He's won 3 out of his last 4, and he's the favorite here. Number 1 is Rock and Roll Dance, 3rd in his elim. But let me tell you, he raced so big in that elimination, and he's getting a lot of respect in the final. Number 5, Golden Receiver. Fans have him 9-1 in the final, and he just missed by a nose in his elimination. Last week, he did everything but win. He's going to be tough to beat if he's on his game.
Sweet Lou by 2 now. Golden Receiver back in the second spot momentarily. Warri Needy now comes first up, second on the outside. Thinking Out Loud tracks his live cover, well positioned by Campbell, 4th on the outside. Bolt the Door is pinned in on the rail. 3rd over is Pet Brock, who's looking to rally. A Rock and Roll Dance was shuffled back. Then it's Modern Legend and Hurricane King Cole and foiled again. 1:20-1. They're in the stretch drive of the U.S. Pacing Championship. Warri Needy, big first over. Angling out, here's Thinking Out Loud, and Campbell looks for the upset. Thinking Out Loud. Bolt the Door between horses. It's coming hard with Golden Receiver on the rail and Pet Brock. It's Thinking Out Loud at 23-1.
Golden Receiver gets to the front first, and he yields to Sweet Lou. And, you know, when those pacers start heading around that last turn, it's like a 1,000 billionth percent of gameness and guts. These are some incredible horses, but it was Thinking Out Loud. I mean, he just got a great second over trip behind Warri Needy, who, of course, I said earlier, was the race favorite. Thinking Out Loud, not so much the bettor's choice in here. Went off at 23-1. Yeah, he paid almost $50 to win, and this is a career best for Thinking Out Loud. 147-2. First win of the year for this horse, also for trainer Bob McIntosh. Bolt the Door was second. Golden Receiver finished 3rd.
I got to tell you something about the race. Maybe the biggest, to me, the biggest upset of the whole day was Foiled Again went off in that race, richest pacer of ever, at 40-1. Hello.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and he never goes off those odds. Well, just getting back to the winner, Thinking Out Loud, the driver, John Campbell. He wins this race, okay, second to last race of the day, okay, and then wins the last race. Now, this is in front of the grandstand that they built originally, and I got to talk to John. I just thought this was just magical. I got to talk to John about how he felt winning those last 2 races in front of the old Meadowlands grandstand.
As you know, John, the original Meadowlands grandstand opened in 1976, but now, of course, they're building a new facility on the other side of the track. So when I see the original facility, the Meadowlands racetrack, I think of it as like the house that John built. And I mean, it's true that it was almost magical for me that you win the last 2 races in front of that original facility. How did you feel about that?
Well, it was a coincidence, but it was a very nice one. It was certainly, you know, the day hadn't gone that well for me up until that point, so it certainly capped off the day in, you know, in a real good fashion. But I guess a little apropos that I was able to win the last 2 races there. But people forget about that pretty quick when the new grandstand opens up.
Thank you so much, John. Could there be a better, more apropos way to end the Meadowlands phase? The how many years was it? 76?
37 years.
37 years, unbelievable. John Campbell wins the last 2 on Bombers. Way to go. Congratulations, John, and best of luck at the new Meadowlands, okay? And we are plumb out of time. For all of us here at PA Harness Week, including Bruce Casella, Kelly Connors, Charlotte McBride, and the lovely Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross reminding you to pick up the pace and get high on harness.
It's only natural.
There they go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside there.